Hey, hello there. You seem to have a lot of free time for you to just be scrolling through your social media. Would you mind if I share some words with you for a moment? Well, that's great because I think I saw you earlier opening some sketchy sites. Oh no. Don't be shy. It's normal. And besides, pretty much everyone here in the wild already knows that. Uh, what What's the wired? Oh, it's nothing. Forget about it, hon. Let's just talk about something else. Like, have you ever heard of the word cybersecurity? Cybersecurity, as per Cisco.com, is the practice of protecting systems, networks, and programs from digital attacks. Have you ever read or watched Junji Ito's The Town Without Streets? Basically, the protagonist decides to live with her aunt after her family's constant harassment. But on her way, she finds that the roads are now blocked with wooden buildings, and since there are no other roads and other modes of transportation are impossible, people have to walk through them to get anywhere. Even though this means they have to pass through other people's houses. Well, there's definitely other things going on in this story, but I'd like you to look closer at the structure of the town. Would you be comfortable living in a house that everyone has an access to? Because looking at the story, we can actually say that the internet is kinda like that town. Well, I'm not saying that we should stop using the internet because it definitely made our life easier ever since personal computer emerged in the 1980s. But rather, I believe that everyone should know the risks before entrusting the internet our personal and sensitive information. Because all the comfort that we gain from the development of technology came with a price, and that is security.
Uh-oh.
What?
They're on to us. Vikram's trying to track our IP address.
No matter where you are, everyone is always connected.
Every computer are connected to each other, and it is something that will never completely go away because it is built into the internet's very architecture. The point of the internet originally was to let the big guys talk to each other. No one anticipated that those big, power-hungry supercomputers will be turned into a cute little box that speaks to you, let alone be mass-produced. And because the internet was built in such a shaky foundation, criminals take advantage of these flaws to bring terror in the cyberspace. Just like in the town without streets, people with bad intentions learned how vulnerable the structure of this town has, and they immediately saw it as an opportunity to terrorize other people. Drilling holes, peeping on other people's houses. Definitely just like the internet. There are various types of threats in the cyberspace: malware, ransomware, social engineering, phishing, man-in-the-middle attacks, and many more. These criminals are so passionate about terrorizing the cyberspace. Malware is a form of malicious software in which any file or program can be used to harm a computer user. This includes worms, viruses, trojans, and spywares. Usually, you get this from downloading pirated softwares from unknown sites. Ransomware is another type of malware. It involves an attacker locking the victim's computer system files, typically through encryption, and demanding a payment to decrypt and unlock them. Social engineering is an attack that relies on human interaction to trick users into breaking security procedures to gain sensitive information that is typically protected. An example of this is what we call phishing. It is a form of social engineering where fraudulent email or text messages that resemble those from reputable or known sources are sent. often random attacks, the intent of these messages is to steal sensitive data, such as credit card or login information. Lastly, man-in-the-middle attacks are eavesdropping attacks that involve an attacker intercepting and relaying messages between two parties who believe they are communicating with each other. Internet must sound like a very scary place for you now, but the good news is, even with our flawed internet architecture, there are also a lot of people committed to making the internet more secure. Additionally, there are a lot of simple things that you can do to protect yourself in the cyberspace. Number 1, make sure your account is protected with multi-factor authentication topped with a strong and well-chosen password. Number 2, stay away from pirated materials. I know this is hard for some, but trust me, it is actually better than seeing your YouTube account randomly posting sus videos by itself until the YouTube team permanently bans you from the platform. Number 3, and the most important of all, learn that it is not really that bad being cautious about everything around the internet. If it's suspicious, then it probably is. Just leave it alone. Oh well, that's about it. I hope you learned something from me. I'm actually on a rush right now. My friends are waiting for me. Well, see you at the Wired.